Previously on Control. Having succumbed to the hiss, Jessie finds herself trapped in a dreamlike loop of menial office drudgery. After encouragement from Ati, Jessie is able to recover the service weapon and her position as director. Jessie traverses the ocean view, where she is able to reconnect with Polaris. With her powers restored, Jessie is able to enter the nostalgia department, cleanse Dylan, and finally turn off the projector. And now, Control, Episode 21.
All right, I got my brand new suit. Let's see what it looks like out here. Oh, it's still a mess.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
Oh, well, thank God. I really could not have lived without knowing that. The foundation. Okay, so what do we have left? Other than the DLC, I don't know, but we do have the DLC. Okay, so this is all still bodies hanging in the air and stuff. I was curious about that, what we were looking at out here. I do like my swanky new suit. Okay, let's go to the boardroom. How's everybody doing down here? Did anybody notice that cataclysm?
Any luck finding the armory?
None. Looks like it got shifted. We have rangers checking each sector.
Fuck, whose side is the house on? Alright, we'll keep teams looking. And post a watch on the old location just in case it shifts back. We need that fucking ammo.
Okay, so we're still in his crisis mode, which was strongly suggested is... Yep, I got my buddy here. Let's see what's up with Emily.
It's a slide to open dimensional doorways, then which is the object of power? The slide or the slide projector? Or is the distinction itself a fallacy?
That's kind of what Darling was saying.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
What do you need, Emily?
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
Pope's the new Darling.
That's... Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
Oh.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
All right, so Pope is my darling. Who's this? Okay, you help Pope do whatever she needs. Wait, she seems to be... Was I supposed to talk to her more?
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I will find her. I did see her in my weird hiss dream, though, so that doesn't make me feel good.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I am still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them.
Okay, this I'm dying to know. What do you think happened to Darling?
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
Good answer.
How was Dylan? The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Aw.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
Oh, I hope he gets better and I can go on a mission with him.
So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
Oh, shit.
you. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily.
Okay, that's really interesting. Now, normally when I talk to Polaris in this table setting, get that little effect near my head, but that didn't happen this time. I wonder if that means we're like integrated.
I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
All right, Director of Science, get on it.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Who moved my waveform of the hiss recording.
Sorry, ma'am. I took them. Darling.
All right. I kind of got a little crush on Emily. I can't lie. All right, so I got this director's suit. Office assistant. I got my lucky suit. My asynchronous suit. Well, I'm the director. I don't like my hair, though. I wish I could have civilian hair and director clothes. Do like my golden suit, too. The first order of business is to talk to the board.
Pope is now head of research. It's official.
Head of research?
Yeah, head of
Review
research.
process. Why weren't we consulted?
Calm down. It's pretty clear she earned it.
Okay. Maybe some trouble in the ranks. All right. So, the slide projector's off. Oh, wait, I think I'm going the wrong way. Okay, here we go. All right, so, I need to, speak to the board. So I am headed to the hotline chamber.
Promoted. Head of research.
What? The director's just handing out promotions?
I guess you better get in.
Okay. Can go this way. All right, to the hotline. So I think my first order of business is going to be to find Underhill, because after I talked to the board, because I found her in my vision with the hiss. When I was like sort of, hiss corrupted, Underhill was in there. Wait a minute. This isn't right. Oh, it's that way. Okay. I think I would like to do that one first, because I saw Underhill when I was hiss corrupted. She was in Central Executive. She had like...
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a
Yes.
feeling he and Trench won't be the only callers from the beyond.
All right, only one way to find out.
Problem in the Foundation. That was Ahti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Yeah, I'll say. All right. Geez, I hope Ahti's okay. I hope Ahti's okay, and I hope that Ahti is going to be in the game a lot more, because I love him. And I feel like the nature of Ahti is somewhat mysterious, but he definitely seems to be, more than just an hourly employee. Okay. Let's see. This place is labyrinthine.
We gotta be methodical. Clean out every last hiss with one thorough sweep, room by room.
Okay, so we're heading to maintenance.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, that's the gondola disembarkation
so that etching
point.
is the door.
Oh,
Okay, let's try opening it.
wow. It's kind of, got sort of a runic quality to it. Oh, wow.
No time for sightseeing. The The board said this was an emergency.
Oh, that's a shame. I would like to go sightseeing. But yes, emergencies must be dealt with post haste, as the board said. All right, looks like we're gonna need to power a door here. Okay, this says research site Gamma.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
It's very red. Whoa. Okay, the lights are coming on. That's good. It's pretty dark down here. Okay, what's that? Rock? This cavern's very, it looks pretty old with all these mineral formations and stuff. Okay, are these pointing me in a direction? Do I need to worry about them? It's a little bit creepy.
Those crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
They are pretty. They grow very quickly. God, I wonder if I'm gonna find Marshall. This whole game, I've been like, where Marshall? When as soon as she left, she's like, I gotta go check on something. I was like, where? What? What are you going? Where are you going? What are you checking on? All right, let's see.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How did we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Okay, a lot of information there. All right, so we know that Northmore was the director before Trench, and that he's in the sarcophagus powering the building. Or not sarcophagus. Yeah, Northmore containment sarcophagus, and he is powering the building. So he mentions Ash, who's the director who preceded Northmore, as it turns out, and this is Ash's son who's made the log. And then they also mentioned a research director prior to Darling. I'd been assuming that Underhill was the head of research prior to Darling. But this is a pretty old formation if it goes back to the director previous to Northmore. And of course, we don't have any idea how long Northmore was director.
The Foundation.
Marshall!
Bottom of the oldest house. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead.
Oh no.
Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
All right, so let's check out this, check out the hotline message from her. Oh wait, Trench, the board, Marshall.
I only heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place. And on them. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
Okay, so that's definitely what Marshall was doing while I was upstairs trying to turn off the projector. There's a board hotline message about the Foundation that we should listen to as well. Okay, so it said that the board has a door here, and that it makes it seem like the board is actually down here, and this is the original site where the oldest house came from. I should see what weapons I've got equipped. Okay. Oh, there's Hiss down here.
So the Hiss found their way down here too, huh?
Marshall was not too excited about that happening. Oh god, I wonder what happened to her. I know the fact that she's, let's see, research site Delta. Okay, I was at Gamma when I came in here. I know the fact that, Marshall came down here before, and now she's talking to me on the hotline, suggests she's dead, but kind of hoping to find a exception to that rule. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to fight Marshall. Probably not. She's on the hotline. Oh. Okay, so as I run back to my after dying, I noticed these large areas filled with white, where the ground's cut out, and I kind of wonder if the astral plane is down there, because the astral plane is bright white like that. If that's like maybe if the pyramid emanates from underneath the oldest house. But that's just rank speculation. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's get the Hiss out of here. Okay, so we've got a control point down here. Now, okay, here's the thing. I sort of don't know if that it's supposed to be related or not, but there's an awful lot of like red on the ground here, and if you recall, there was the red sand. Now that I assumed was coming from the projector slidescape. Deep cavern. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. This is sort of texturally different than the sand, so it's probably not the same thing, but I do wonder. Okay. Looks like they've been kind of doing some digs. Maybe sampling the red stuff. Oh boy. Oh no. That I don't like at all. But I guess I hope that's not the astral plane down there, because the Hiss are crawling up out of there. Okay, this is definitely a new kind of enemy that I need to be worried about. Okay, let's grab some health. All right. Where'd they go? Ah, there we go. Ooh, they're coming up out of the ground. Where's the last one? Oh, and they seem to blip too. They've got like a kind of a dash ability.
Using pickaxes now.
Yeah, I don't like that either, Jesse. Okay, that's definitely a interesting new enemy. So I wonder if there are a bunch of miners down here who got corrupted. I don't know. I don't think people have been working down here, though. It's all old. Let's see. Crossroads. So I wonder if we dug these tunnels ourselves, or if the tunnels were already down here. Okay, that looks menacing. Oh, are these... Huh. Beware of dangerous toxic geysers. Thank you. That certainly complicates things. Starting to feel like I'm in the fire swamp. Are we gonna get some rodents of unusual size? All right, what do we got here? Okay, foundation accident. I'm probably gonna read everything I come across down here immediately, since I don't know where we are. Okay, Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls and a strange black pillar at the center. Kinda looks like the one at this crossroads, but smaller. We had a bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guest. The docs are taking a look, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. I know we were careful to limit this guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony. Wow. Yeah, I do think it might be better to have our own set of people in here. Let's see. Okay, I can't really bust through there. So something tells me I'm going to be finding a wall with eyeballs on it.
Next time on Control. If you're enjoying this Ferocious Tater Tot Let's Play, please do hit the tot to subscribe. Thank you, and have a lovely day.